Here are 5 things I love about my 540i. Let's friggin' go. Number one, the styling of the G30 is timeless. The G30 is like the perfectly proportioned sedan. I recently installed an ECS Flush Kit spacer set, which totally changed the way it looks, and I'm so stoked on it. But I mean, look at it. It's just such a mean looking car from the factory. Now, like I said, I did add the spacers to it, which really helped the stance. But the front end of this thing is just so aggressive. And the profile, I love the profile on the G30. Like I said, it's just classic. It's not too big. It's still sporty, but it's still luxury. It rides the line so well. And it's not easy to get the ass right on a car, but I think BMW nailed it with this. It's just such a good looking car. Now, obviously there's boring things on it still, like my OEM diffuser and OEM exhaust tips, which definitely have to go. But overall, man, the styling's just on point. Then you get to the inside of the car, and that's where things just totally go full luxury. I had an F30 before, and it was nice, but the G30 is such a step up. It's a step up from a lot of vehicles in this class, to be honest with you. All the touch points are nice, the materials are nice. I have this wood trim paneling that I thought I'd hate. I actually like it. I am thinking of maybe going with the carbon fiber trim covers in the future, but for right now, I don't mind it, man. Now, the one thing I didn't get with this car is the Napa leather interior. This is Dakota, but I love this color. I love peanut butter guts. If you saw my intro video, you'd see me also ranting about that. That said, the Dakota leather is nice. Like, I don't have any problem against it. Would it be nice to have Napa? Yes, it would. But overall, this interior is smart. It's intuitive, the materials are cool. There is a decent amount of piano black that I'm not super stoked on, but it's way less offensive than other cars. I also really dig the ambient lighting in here at night. You can change it to multiple colors. I did notice that I have that issue with the front panel and the passenger door panel where they need to be cleaned. So that's gonna be a future video where I remove the ambient filament strips, and I think I use plastic polish or something and you can make them look nice. That's gonna happen, so stay tuned for that. But it looks dope at night, and that's all that matters. This steering wheel is also one of my all-time favorite steering wheels. I think BMW knocked it out of the park with the M steering wheel from this era. There's a new one which looks sick, and if I can retrofit it, I might do that in the future. But that said, this thing's dope, dude. I have no real reason to change it. That's just a later down the line idea that I might do, that I'm probably gonna do, because we all know when you start modding your car, you can't stop and you have to do everything, and that's one of the things I'm gonna do at the very end. Number 2 is the B58. I love this platform. I also love the transmission. The ZF 8-speed is so buttery smooth when you're in comfort. You can putt around town, do all your errands, do your daily driving, never even put it in a Sport Plus, and it's a luxury car. It feels luxury. It's right now quiet, which I need to change, but it's just comfortable, man. It's a comfortable daily driver. And that's one of the main things I love. But then you pop it into Sport Plus, and it just, it opens up, dude. It is such a powerful engine, and this is stock. My car is stock right now, but that's all gonna change in the future. So stick around, stay tuned, and like and subscribe, because I have a lot of cool plans for this. Also, for what this engine delivers, it's pretty efficient. Over a week of average driving, I get about 20 miles to the gallon, and that's with me stomping on it every once in a while, not a ton, to be honest. I'm a pretty conservative driver on my day-to-day. But that is with a ton of bumper-to-bumper traffic, because I live in LA and that's just a part of my life and it sucks. And then there's a huge elephant in the room with the B58, which is the amount of aftermarket support you have for the engine and what it can do with a few bolt-on mods and a flash tune. I think stock this is about 330 horsepower. And look, for day-to-day it's fine. I'm definitely gonna get more out of it, but if tuning's not your thing, modding's not your thing, or you just wanna do a few minor things like an intake here and there, you don't really need more power out of this, but I'm definitely gonna do it. I would love to know what tune you guys have or what tune you think I should get, because I'm still kind of on the fence, but I'm heavily leaning towards MHD, and I could really use your guys' input on what you think the best is. Number 3 is the tech. This thing's a 2019 and I think the tech still holds up great. It has wireless Apple CarPlay, which connects super fast, and I pretty much have zero issues with it. It's a touchscreen and you can use the iDrive knob controller, which I actually love because for the most part I like to use the controller when I'm driving, and there's times where I do want to use the touchscreen. Also, my car came with a digital gauge cluster, and I do love analog gauges, but this being my daily driver, I wanted a luxury sports car. I wanted cool tech, and this is definitely a cool thing to have. That said, there is kind of a weird issue since this car came with tinted windows that these screens often get dim while I'm driving, but I fixed it and I'm gonna release a video on how I did it very soon, so stick around. Also, I have things like soft closed doors, I have a wireless phone charger, and an electronic rear sunshade for the rear window. That is so clutch. Lastly, and something I have to mention that was super important to me with the tech is I also have adaptive cruise control. This is an older adaptive cruise control system and it does show its age a little bit when I'm using it. It does have active steering and it does a decent job keeping you in the lane, but it works by following the car in front of you. So if they're driving like an asshole or hugging the left or right side of the lane, so will my car. It doesn't lane center like a lot of the new cars do. Also, it's not very intuitive. If I'm driving and someone just kind of gets into the lane in front of me, it doesn't always pick them up. Especially think of the situation where you're like merging onto the freeway from the on-ramp and someone's just kind of coming in zipper style. It doesn't always pick them up, so I have to physically press the brake or I think it'll just run right into them, so that kind of sucks. But overall, it still works well enough to where I'm super glad I have it. I use it all the time and I highly recommend anyone looking for a G30 who's in a lot of traffic to 100% option the adaptive cruise control. And yes, the car has that stupid gesture control that you can turn the volume up like this and turn the volume down like this. It does come in handy every once in a while, but I turned it off because if you ever, not that you're supposed to, but if you're driving and you pull your phone out and you have it up like this, for whatever reason, it interacts with the camera up here that watches your hand for gesture control, and it starts either skipping the track or pausing the track. Really pissed me off. I shut it off. But again, 2019, pretty cool to have. Now, I kind of touched on this in number 2, but to expand further, this car is so comfortable to drive. It's also so freaking quiet. Now, there is a caveat to the comfort. I actually ended up modifying my M Sport seats because the seat bottoms were just too uncomfortable for me. The bolsters were too narrow for my A. And I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. I'm not a huge guy, but I'm also not a tiny guy. So if you're in the same boat, I released a video on exactly what I did to modify the seats, and you can check it out here or in the description below. After addressing that, this car is so freaking comfortable. It's not only comfortable, it is quiet. The inside of this cabin is like, again, I came from a C43, a 2019 C43. That car was rowdy, but it also was just loud. A lot of NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness, as they say. And honestly, it got tiring. Like if I was driving long distances, hearing the tires all the time, hearing just the wind noise all the time, it wasn't the worst car in the world, don't get me wrong, but this is just such a step up. And it should be, it's a 5 Series, but man, oh man, is this car comfortable and quiet now. And part of the comfort also is the suspension. I have the M Sport suspension, and I just went over a speed bump, and I don't care. Didn't care at all. A main reason for that is this car is just super compliant. It's compliant, it's easy to drive, and it's the M Sport suspension, so I still get a nice sporty feel, and it's not super stiff. And when I first got the car, I was a little concerned about the M Sport suspension. This also has 20-inch wheels and also has shitty run flats, and it still runs great. I love the way this car feels. And I'm excited because I'm gonna ultimately get Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, and I'm probably gonna up the sidewall a little bit on the or over the stock size, so it's going to improve the ride so much more. But like, stock ride with the M Sport suspension is awesome. Another small thing that I love that makes a big difference in my day-to-day driving, and it's gonna sound kind of stupid, is the cup holders. I love these cup holders, and it's not specific to the G30. I think most new BMWs have this kind of design. First and foremost, they're not huge. If you're a big Nalgene person, they ain't gonna fit in there. But I have a problem. I'm sick. I am so hooked on sparkling waters, spicy waters. And because my fiance is from Texas, she got me hooked on koozies. So now I have to have a koozie on my can 24/7, 365. And the way these are designed is you only have to kind of push them and they just glide in and they glide out. And I've been in so many cars where it's either just rubber that kind of just pushes up against the can, or it's those little side sprung situations. And they all just make it such a pain in the ass to pull. And even if, you know, there's no koozie on there, you're grabbing your can and then you're crushing it because cans suck these days. I'm ranting. These cup holders are awesome. If you're a can guy or can gal, if you're with a can-do attitude, I'm sorry, that was terrible. Then you're gonna love these because I do, and they're one of the things that I love. Boom. Last but not least, one of the huge reasons why I love this car so much is, to me, the G30, especially with the B58, is the perfect platform. And what I mean by that is, if you just want a great daily driver that gives you all the tech, all the comfort, and still punches above its weight, in my opinion, especially for the price you can get them for now in 2025, then I don't know if there's a better option out there for you, especially if you're a BMW fan. But it's also the perfect platform because of the amount of aftermarket support you have with this car and the amount of capability that this platform has to become really whatever you want it to be. You could change every suspension component, go up to stage 2 plus with a, you know, meth injection kit, ethanol mix, do all that jazz. You can make it a monster. Now, that's not my plan. My plan is to make this the ultimate daily machine. And part of that is, yes, 100% flash tuning. I think eventually I'm gonna go to a stage 2 with a downpipe, because for me, the perfect daily driver delivers comfort, tech, efficiency, and more importantly, a dual personality. I love a split personality in a car, and I wanna be able to hit Sport Plus and it turns into something way different. And right now from factory, it doesn't really do that. In fact, it barely does it at all. But overall, man, the G30 540i to me is probably one of the best deals out there on the market today, and I highly suggest, if you're on the fence or looking to buy one and this is why you stumbled on this video, just do yourself a favor, test drive one. I think you're gonna love it. And if you're watching this and you own a G30, let me know what you've done. I love hearing what you guys have done to your cars, and I love hearing your suggestions on what I should do to mine, what I should do next, what parts I should look at. It's a lot of fun and I'm having a blast with this. And that about does it. That's 5 things I love about my car. Thank you so much for joining, you guys, and sticking around to the end. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. It really does help my channel grow, and that's what I'm trying to do. And until next time, have a good one.